matters in life is not what happens to you, but what you remember and how you remember it. A true friend is the one who holds your hand and touches your heart. No matter what, nobody can take away the dances you have already had. Wisdom comes to us when it can no longer do any good. There is always something left to love. The only regret I will have in dying is if it is not for love. Never stop smiling, not even when you are sad. Someone might fall in love with your smile. All human beings have 3 lives: public, private, and secret. Only God knows how much I love you. Nobody deserves your tears, but whoever deserves them will not make you cry. When one reaches absolute power, one loses total contact with reality. The secret of a good old age is simply an honorable pact with solitude. Become a better person and be sure to know who you are before meeting someone new and hoping that person knows who you are. Your first realization when you become an important person is that all day and all night, whatever the circumstances, people want to hear you talk about yourself. Crazy people are not crazy if one accepts their reasoning. The heart's memory eliminates the bad and magnifies the good. He really had been through death, but he had returned because he could not bear the solitude. Do not allow me to forget you. It is not true that people stop pursuing dreams because they grow old. They grow old because they stop pursuing dreams. She would defend herself, saying that love, no matter what else it might be, was a natural talent. The woman let out an expansive laugh that resounded through the house like a spray of broken glass. Always remember that the most important thing in a good marriage is not happiness, but stability. Necessity has the face of a dog. She discovered with great delight that one does not love one's children just because they are one's children, but because of the friendship formed while raising them. Human beings are not born once and for all on the day their mothers give birth to them, but life obliges them over and over again to give birth to themselves. Life is the best thing that has ever been invented. 1 minute of reconciliation is worth more than a whole life of friendship. Even if you are dying of fear, even if you are sorry later, because whatever you do, you will be sorry all the rest of your life if you say no. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment. They were so close to each other that they preferred death to separation. I would give wings to children, but I would leave it to them to learn how to fly by themselves. The spirit of her invincible heart guided her through the shadows. Always tell what you feel. Do what you think. She had never imagined that curiosity was one of the many masks of love. I have learned that a man has the right to look down on another only when he has to help the other get to his feet. If you love something, if it is yours, it will come back. I love you, not because of who you are, but for who I am when I'm with you. Don't struggle so much. The best things happen when not expected. Today, when I saw you, I realized that what is between us is nothing more than an illusion. Inspiration gives no warnings. It is a triumph of life that old people lose their memories of inessential things. Music is important for one's health. Take advantage of it now while you are young and suffer all you can, because these things don't last your whole life. Unfortunately, many young writers are more concerned with fame than with their own work. It's much more important to write than to be written about. Freedom is often the first casualty of war. Be calm. God awaits you at the door. The only thing worse than bad health is a bad name. A falcon who chases a warlike crane can only hope for a life of pain. The first of the line is tied to a tree, and the last is being eaten by the ants. Nothing resembles a person as much as the way he dies. This was his world, he said to himself. The sad, oppressive world that God had provided for him, and he was responsible to it. Shame has a poor memory. Humanity, like armies in the field, advances at the speed of the slowest. One can be in love with several people at the same time, feel the sorrow with each, and not betray any of them. Morality, too, is a question of time. Hate and love are reciprocal passions. She likes to try everything out of curiosity, but she'll be sorry if she isn't guided by her heart. She was lost in her longing to understand. You can't eat hope, the woman said. You can't eat it, but it sustains you, the colonel replied. What is essential, therefore, is not that you no longer believe, but that God continues to believe in you. For those who may be hurting over lost love, don't cry because it is over. Smile because it happened. There is no innocence more dangerous than the innocence of age. My God, if I had a heart, I would write my hate on ice and wait for the sun to show. Nobody teaches life anything. One could be happy not only without love, but despite it. Life is but a continual succession of opportunities for surviving. Justice limps along, but gets there all the same. It is easier to start a war than to end it. Why do you insist on talking about what does not exist? Those who wanted to sleep, not from fatigue, but because of the nostalgia of dreams. Jealousy knows more than truth does.